Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome. I am Lisa from Pink Hollybush Designs and welcome back to my sewing studio. It is September here in Connecticut and we are starting to feel that cooler weather outside. So we're also trying to get back into the routine now that fall is coming, and so one of my goals is to be more faithful about getting on Facebook Live and letting you know what's going on and what's coming. So here at Pink Hollybush. So in case you don't know, let me introduce myself. I'm Lisa Hawks. I'm the owner of Pink Hollybush Designs, and at Pink Hollybush we create wonderful sewing patterns primarily for knits for your children. Well, in this case mostly everything I've done so far is little girls, but we're working on something for the boys. We specialize in knit sewing patterns that also incorporate smocking, although you do not have to include the smocking. So today I want to introduce you to Flora. Flora is one of our newest patterns. It just came out in the last month, and it is a little girl's knit dress or top. So very has a lot of options and very flexible. So let me see if I can show you. There, I know the light. There's Flora for you. Okay, and I'm going to show you the samples. So here's the dress. So as I'm, okay, we went that way. It's a surplus knit top to neckline for Flora. That means it's very easy to sew because there's no buttons, no zippers. This is just pull over the top and go. And the surplus is stitched down, so that means there's not going to be any wardrobe malfunctions or this flopping forward. I don't know if you've tried women's wrap dresses that do that. I have, which is why I designed this so it gets stitched down. So with all our dresses, Flora has pockets because every little girl needs pockets. It's just simply gathered here at the waist, so very easy. So Flora comes with two sleeve options. The first one is this flutter sleeve, which I like. It's very fun, but she also comes with a long sleeve option. So if you are in an area of the country like I am up here in Connecticut where things are starting to cool down, you might want to consider Flora with a longer sleeve option. Now, I don't have a long sleeve option to show you right now today. I have one made. The long sleeve option will actually be in the holiday 2021 issue of Classic Sewing magazine, so you can see that long sleeve option. But the long sleeve is a gathered long sleeve that goes into just a simple cuff. So let me also show you the top. So here's the top, which you can see is smocked, and so that's where the smocking goes. If you want to add the smocking, it goes on the bottom, on the skirt portion of the design. So you can smock the top as this was done, or there's no need and you can just do the gathers like I did here with the dress. Now, let me tell you, as I mentioned, Flora is designed for knits. So what particular knits? Well, I really recommend, let me get this way, okay. I really recommend a cotton knit. If you are smocking it, that is definitely the way to go because the cotton knits pleat beautifully and they handle the smocking. When I say cotton knit, I mean one that is 93 to 95% cotton, jersey, and 3 to 5% spandex, or 100% cotton interlock. Double knits are going to be too heavy for Flora. You can use a lighter weight knit if you are just doing the gathered version. I would not recommend using a lighter weight knit if you are trying to do the smocking. It just doesn't have enough body to handle the pleating, and your pleats will be all wonky and you will not be happy with that. So that is, let's see what I want to tell you about that. We talked about long or short sleeve. So the other thing you might notice is, I don't know if you can see it, but the waist is piped here on both the dress and the top. Now I always include that in my patterns because the piping does help support the smocking. But you don't have to do that. Even if you're smocking it, you don't have to include the piping. You also don't have to include the piping, certainly, if you're just making the gathered version. So that would make it even easier and quicker to complete if you're a little nervous about that piping. But finally, if you want to give the smocking a try, but you don't have a pleater, or you just don't want to be bothered pleating, there are pre-pleated kits for Flora. So Flora comes as a printed pattern, which you saw here. She also comes as a digital download if you prefer that. And if you go with the digital download, then there are instructions included in that for each of the smocking stitches. You also found those instructions on my website, so if you're looking for those, they're available. And so whichever one works better for you, she's available. Give it a try. And or, as I said, there are the pre-pleated kits if you would prefer that. Now both of these fabrics that I showed you are available on my website. There's not a kit for this one because with this bolder design I would not smock this, although you could give it a try. Usually when all of this is put into the pleats it can look a little weird, which is why I don't offer this one as a pre-pleated kit, but this fabric certainly is available. Gray Stars is one of the kits that is available, so you can find those on the website. So I hope you'll check Flora out. I think she's going to be one of our most popular patterns just because, as I said, it's a knit dress with just a little bit more style to it with that surplice top and the flutter sleeve. Oh, serger. You do not need a serger to make Flora, and in fact you can't. If you just had a serger, you can't make Flora. You need that sewing machine. Now the pattern does give serger directions. I will tell you when it is helpful and how you can use a serger. I mean, for example, a serger will help you with the hem on the flutter sleeve using your differential feed, and that's in the pattern. It explains how to do it. But you do not need a serger. I sewed knit dresses for years without one, and so all of the pattern instructions will walk you through how to do that without having a serger. So please don't let that stop you from giving knits a try and sewing for your child with wonderful knit fabrics. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat. I will put the links for the kits. You will find right here on Facebook below in my shop the links that will take you directly to the patterns. So check Flora out. I am hopefully going to be back here next week at 11:30 Eastern Time. So if you see this, come join me next week, and I will have something new to show you next week. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, wait a minute. I think, do I have a couple? I have a couple comments. Let me see if I can find them here. Yay. Hi, Diana. Yes, I am excited to see you in November as well. In November, by the way, I didn't mention this, but if you are down in the Richmond area, and I don't know how open it will be for everyone. But if you are down in the Richmond area, in November I will be teaching Flora at the Cardinal chapter of the Smocking Arts Guild. So we'll have to see how registrations go there. But love going down to the ladies at Cardinal. They are so welcoming. So I'm excited to go down there and teach Flora. So everyone, have a great day. Have a great weekend. And I hope to see you next week. Thanks so much.